Phobros podcast, a Kill Team podcast, presented to you by the Florida United Kill Team.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Phobros podcast. My name is Eric. I'm joined by my friend George here.
What's up, guys? Live from the 6SP studio. And I'm joined today also by my good friend Cameron.
What up? How we doing? Live from my new and improved house arrest situation. And we got Jason here joining us from Just Another Kill Team podcast.
Hello. Kicking it out here in the frozen north. Same system I use for the podcast, with the little wireless mic. Excited to be here.
Yeah, your background, you're basically in Florida, right?
That's true.
You're
Yeah,
pretty much
this
streaming
is
from Florida.
Yep, makes me fit right in. Travis picked this one, and now we both use this background in every call, and it makes it seem like we're not 20-hour drive apart.
Yeah, that's awesome. So glad to have you on, man. I feel like you are one of the OG Phobros of Kill Team. Because we were actually talking about it, George and I, how like back in last edition, I feel like there was almost like a cult following of like Phobos, people who were trying to figure out the Phobos tech. Because there was so much cool sauce there, right? But like there was a lot of you had to squeeze a lot to get the juice out of it. And I feel like
That's true.
You're the one who I heard about like the full incursor list, right? Where you just like
Yeah,
The
abuse
phone
the
cursor thing,
experience.
yeah, that was absolutely crazy.
Yeah. You use that a
Yeah,
lot,
man,
right?
Phobos was like 4 teams in one. And it was kind of like my outlook onto learning Phobos in second edition, since like there was incursors, breavers, and infiltrators, and a blend. So I was like, okay, I feel like I like Phobos. I'm gonna do like 10 games with all reavers. I'm gonna do 10 games with all infiltrators, and I'm gonna do 10 games with all incursors, and be like, what's the strongest of each? And then once I have that, I'm gonna start blending. But I stopped at all incursors because it was insanity.
It was right
Yeah.
when Better This Luck came out too, so it
Yeah,
was it was broken.
it was, yeah, completely outrageous, and it worked on every map. There was no escaping it. It was a little bit less insane on Gallowdark, but like not really. Because like what makes a team strong in Kill Team is the asymmetry, and incursors just flat out ignore obscuring, means you can have all engage orders and set in positions where people can't shoot you back, and you threaten a huge amount of the board. And that was kind of just the juice behind it. Like the shooting wasn't that amazing, but the fact that people couldn't shoot you back is what made it amazing. And especially
Yeah,
with like in second edition, you had to choose your order and stick with it, and you couldn't change your orders until turn two. So if I just have all engaged in cursors that you can't shoot, and you've got like one vet guard guy with a plasma gun in the back, and I move 10 inches and then shoot him, and he dies. And then I set up Overwatch on all 6 objectives. Now you just walk into my bolt gun trap and get murdered, and no one can fight back because anyone with engage orders dies. And that was
the,
like the
yeah.
outrageous asymmetry.
The real problem Phobos had last edition was no access to rerolls. Like they barely
Yeah,
could. If you missed, you whiffed. That's it. It was done. They definitely
yeah.
fixed that this edition, but yeah, that full incursor list was insane.
Yeah, and then you just for equipment take 3 purity seals. You put one on the mine layer because he stands out, one on the leader because he hits on twos, and one on the marksman because he also hit on twos.
That's right.
And
Those
then
were
like you get a
rerolls.
couple shots that just hit, yeah. And then
That's
that's all you
right.
need for equipment, and you just run around and never ever hide.
Just
Uh,
saturate, no obscuring everybody. Yeah.
Sounds
yeah,
Every
insane.
just if you
single
have
person
an engage order,
shooting
you
twice.
get shot like you're standing out in the open.
Yeah.
Yeah, shooting twice. So it's just broken.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. Good
I
times.
yeah,
missed these times. I was not around for any of this.
Yeah.
Oof.
it was
So
insanity.
it was
Hmm.
fun. And the whole thing was all about single ploy in the strategic phase that you always had to pay for, that you just pretended like you had 3 strat ploys and a
The
faction
best
rule that
playing kill
costs
team.
1 CP.
What was it?
The best playing kill team for sure.
Yeah, it gave you an inch of movement. You ignored the first 2 inches of climb, and it gave you a free mission action. And then you
For the
passed
whole
jump
team, for
tests
everyone.
whenever there was
And that
jump
was
tests.
one ploy.
Strategic
One
ploy.
ploy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did
4
everything.
bullet points. 4
was-
bullet points, 1 ploy.
It was crazy.
That's
And
insane.
then you played Inquisition, and they're like, "You suck now. You're terrible."
Oh yeah. Yeah. So some of that, but some of those things in that ploy got baked into the Phobos that I learned to play.
Yes,
Exactly.
now,
Yeah, that's where
right.
it came
Yeah,
from.
because
Yeah,
Phobos
they just
were
kinda split it up.
6-inch movement, and then you got that 7-inch from the Vanguard ploy, and like the
Got it.
Vanguard ploy came like halfway through. Like the team came out, and it was like double shooting was like a command point to unlock your bolter discipline, and I don't even remember what the one before was, but
That's
they
right.
just like they were super weak, and then they're like, you know what? Vanguard does all this crazy stuff now, and then you get another ploy that they added, so they had a 5th ploy, and then that was like the piercing crits if you haven't moved
Yeah. The
or
crit
something
slam.
like that. Which, yeah,
Cool. Did they have
was
natural piercing last edition?
On the
they
Reavers.
did not.
The
No.
Reavers
Yeah,
did,
that's
right?
like
And
honestly
they had infinite piercing on the Reaver,
Yeah,
but
the
that-
they
Reaver.
didn't have
The
like,
Reaver always had piercing. Yeah,
always had a piercing one.
and
but
I
no
guess so did the
equipment.
marksman.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the marksman fucked just as hard as he does now.
Always.
Like,
Always. Marksman
he's-
is
My favorite model
Maybe
in the
even
game.
harder.
Yeah,
Maybe even harder.
yeah. He was nasty, especially. Oh yeah, he was disgusting. So I feel like it evens out because you can add D3 to crits now on the new marksman. There's like an
Mhm.
extra power that the old marksman couldn't do that.
That was my favorite
Yeah,
thing
that's
about
true.
the team was just guaranteed. There's so many times where it's like my opponent would be like, "Oh, I'm 1-1," and I'm like, "No, you're
No,
not."
you're not.
DP. Just you're dead.
Cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it definitely was a huge shift into 3rd edition. But I mean, like the first thing I looked at, of course, I was like, okay, how are cursors? And then I was like, oh, they can have 5 attacks now. Less free mission actions, but the double shooting is free.
half the objectives.
All in all, it seemed like they were pretty significantly buffed. But then also I was like, okay, now I'm ready to do a blend of everyone. And then towards the end, I actually had kind of been leaning into mostly infiltrators, just because Omni Scramble is so insane and the lethal 5 shooting is outrageous. And the fact that you have 5 dice in melee still means you pretty much kill everyone you want to,
I like
especially with
taking.
Stealth Assault.
Yeah, dude, I like taking 4 infiltrators, the marksman, and then 1 Reaver warrior. Or sometimes I'll drop 1 more infiltrator and have 2 Reaver warriors if I really need it. But
Yeah,
that's how I like to run them, and just stun people for 4 activations. Ignore them and massacre them right before. Just put them in the cuck chair, dude. Watch the rest of your team play, and then I'll kill you right before. You know, you're like sick. You're like, this is the coolest
It's
shit
too
ever. Just
fun.
lethal
I ran a
5,
set
everything.
lineup, kind of like that.
yeah,
I feel the same
yeah.
way.
I think I did Reaver Sergeant. I always had Reaver Sergeant, Reaver Warrior, Voxbreaker, Marksman, Commsman. I think that was it. Am I missing somebody?
Yeah, see, I always just took the infiltrator sergeant to
warriors.
have the extra infiltrator. I liked having that extra. It's not even the length of the Omni Scramble, it's the amount that I have an extra body to draw visibility from. So you end
Yeah,
up like
like you
looking
absolutely
down the
can't
whole
escape it.
board, and you're like, whoever I want. So you gotta
Yeah.
like, you either have to hang back, or you let me, if I win initiative, you can get crazy tempo with that,
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
Omni Scramble a guy,
completely
you kill a
outrageous.
guy, and then it's like, yeah, it gets totally nuts. Yeah,
And then on
so-
turn 3, you kill the guy you Omni Scrambled.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
3rd
this is-
activation, I mean.
right.
Yeah.
It was so satisfying.
The
Yeah,
veteran was the last guy that I always took as
veteran. Yeah,
well. The
for
lethal
sure.
5 and rending always.
Yeah, the veteran's one of the key models, I think. A lot of people don't
He's a good.
drop him for a lot of people, but for other
I never
options.
dropped him because he gave me my 3rd Omni Scramble. So and I just thought the lethal 5 rending was always sick because it would have been really sick if you could have given him the piercing ammunition as well. But he was the one model that couldn't have that. But I guess he would be OP with piercing 1, lethal 5, and rending. But
I
Gave it
mean,
to him.
the whole team was honestly already kind of OP. Here's my hot take. I think Phobos Strike Team is stronger than Wolf Scouts, and it always has been for third edition.
Really? You think even with the balance nerf?
Yeah, because also the balance nerf didn't matter to me at all, because most of my shots were you're out of cover cross map in cursor shots anyways, or just like I've got you locked in my jaws and I double shoot, and it's like you do the distance or if you haven't moved, I think was the other one.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
could still just like rush people down, and essentially with Phobos Marines, if you just like death ball on one side and you send 5 guys down and you omni scramble whatever's there, and then you just like crush everything, there's not any team that can do anything about it.
Mm.
And like the if you when you do take Reavers, their pistol is just straight up better than a plasma pistol because it's almost the same thing, but it can shoot twice, and it's balanced. Some of the times it's a little bit less without it, but like it's
It.
it's still probably better than a plasma pistol. And then
Yeah.
like the strike twice with stealth assault and the reavers that can like fly and drop for free. Drop for free is like extremely underrated. It's
It's
just
so sick to
ridiculous.
be able to get that extra movement out of that. I think the one thing for me that plays into what you just said regarding Wolf Scouts and Phobos would be that I'd always rather have another Phobos Marine than a Wolf. I don't know. In my matchups against Wolf Scouts, I've killed the Wolf too easily every time when I'm playing Wolf Scouts.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he only has 9
well,
wounds.
I
He's
say
not
when I'm
really.
playing against them. Like, I mean, the strategy ploy charge is cool, and he definitely has some sauce with 5 attacks and rending, but he dies pretty easy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like the strategy ploy to charge was kind of like Omni Scramble, but like
Yeah,
worse.
it's
Because
like a
it's
nerf
not just
version.
every single turn from everyone and it lasts forever. It's like a wolf comes out, kind of messes you up, and then it's done for the game, and you also like traded a whole operative for it. So I mean, my first look at Wolf Scouts, I was like, they have some stuff that's kind of crazy. Like the fact that you can reduce piercing and reroll the die, just super easy peasy, means
Mhm.
just you're immune to chip damage because you also have a medic. And the fact that the leader can have 1 HP and then just like double kill other Space Marines anyways is also just like kind of insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely like the
But
melee focus. It's just so different than Phobos. Like I like shootier Phobos over melee Phobos.
same. Yeah.
The
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 wolf guns are
the
cool.
plasma ignoring hot is cool, but I mean it's not like enough I think to make the team like stand out super hard for me right now.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
probably the worst part about Wolf Scouts. Probably their worst rule is that their plasma can go ignore hot. You're just like,
They
eh.
ignore it.
Or I could just murder you in melee and you just die. I
Yeah,
could just
no,
do
I'm
that.
only talking about just like with their range capabilities, and the
Oh yeah.
sniper's cool. I do like I think the sniper's cool. I like having the full conceal sniper,
Yeah,
fully
the
silent.
sniper's really good.
Um, but piercing one, I'll still take the Phobos sniper over the new one any day.
And
Yeah.
I also haven't had the pleasure of seeing Wolf Scouts across from me at the table, and I haven't played them yet. We just had a tournament in Daytona Beach this weekend. We had 3 Wolf Scout players, so I saw some of it in action, but I feel like it's not the same when you're not actually like playing an entire game with them.
Playing, yeah.
But it's funny because you're mentioning, you're like Phobos are better than Wolf Scouts. Uh, Cam had just said something earlier, where he said that he would rather play Rekkas than, or you'd rather play Wolf Scouts than Rekkas with your Felgor. So
Yes.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it is a little blown out of proportion with the Wolf Scouts. They seemed really strong for me, like at the tournament this weekend. I'm
They are
walking
really
around.
strong. Yeah.
They're strong, but it's every time I've played them, I've won, and even against better players. And then but also like I have this vacuum match right now where I keep encountering. I'm playing Felgor, my opponent's playing Rekkas, and it's in Tomb World, and it's a bad mission, and it's just really bad for Felgor. Whereas the difference, I think, for me I'd rather play Wolf Scouts because I can trade really easily with Wolf Scouts. Wolf Scouts, they charge me, they kill a goat with their first action, then they get rid of the frenzy goat with the second one. They take 5, maybe 10 damage in the fight, and then another goat comes up and finishes them off. And now we have a 1-for-1 trade. And the wolf is just so easy to deal with goats. I mean, I can charge the wolf before it gets to me typically and kill it because it's got 9 wounds.
Yeah, and like if the wolf charges you, you just like don't even care. You're like, I'm not trapped in
yeah.
here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Literally,
Kill
I
the
had
wolf.
someone do it to me yesterday in the tournament. They
Mhm.
strategy ploy charge me into my vandal, and I had my -1 attack die herd goad right there, and I'm like, okay, well, that's a dead wolf.
I
And
think
we
I
both
think
get
against
-1 attack.
goats, you probably hold the wolf back and save it. You save that charge for someone that you need to get killed, like the shaman or something, or the gong bearer. You don't send it after one of your melee monsters. That's stupid.
That's
I
definitely
think he
true. Because
was,
the Vandal will hit you with the chip damage and then bonk you for 5, and that's
which
yikes.
is what happened because yeah, that is exactly
You
what
wanna
happened.
you wanna go after whichever goat is probably the least lethal, and then just try to deal with it on the side.
He
But you
was
Kill
don't.
that
stopping
guy.
me
Hit
from.
that guy.
Yeah, he was trying to stop my Vandal from pulling. My Vandal had 3 APL and a charge on a chipped down Frost Eye, and he was trying to stop me from charging that guy, which I
I
understood.
think
So he was trying to keep a sniper alive. He sacrificed
I
the wolf.
think as in that game, I avoid fighting you as much as possible. I literally, instead of playing the usual game, I'm staying back the whole game. I'm just shooting you with pistols or taking plasma and sniper.
Felgor do not like
I
to
mean, I
be
think it's
shot
The
and then
wizard man.
charge people with
Yeah.
power weapons. That's not Felgor does not like that.
no.
Yeah, just
but
shoot at them and.
I haven't found the storm to be all that bad either because typically, at least in
I
the
was
games
telling you guys. I told you. You guys were like nerf the storm 2 inches. I'm like, for what? It's nothing crazy. It just,
I mean, it could use a little bit of a smaller nerf, but at least in the games I've played with
Shut your
Phobor,
mouth.
like I have my herd goad like within the storm as well. So it's like they're taking one away from me, I'm taking one away from them, and it still ends up in a trade because I don't know, Wolf Scouts are aggressive, so they always charge me. I don't charge them. I let them come to me.
Yeah, and they're fast.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But
But I think
also,
that's
it's like the
not fair.
problem for 12 wound elite teams, and I wish this was more true for Rekkas, is that Felgor can chip them down pretty easily. I can, in all my Wolf Scout games, I've gotten chip damage with the Toxhorn, chip damage with the Flux Sprays, Cleaver Fury, and now I got a couple Space Marines on 10, and now they're in the perfect break point.
I think the thing with Rekkas is I think Eric had mentioned it last week that the Rekkas, when the ball gets rolling, that snowball is really hard to stop once those Rekka points get racked up all the way. Like after turn 2, at the end of turn 2, turn 3, oh boy, they could
Yeah.
turn the whole game around on you. That happened to me a few times already.
It's
Yep.
intense. Yeah. I mean, Eric has come back on me and just I had a game in the bag with Eric just last week, and then the top of turning point 4, he wins the game with a triple kill blast play.
Yeah. That's the most Wrecker Crew sounding thing ever.
Yeah, you're like, oh no, I'm losing. Anyways, this guy has rocket pistols. So what
He
if they
chooses
had
2 targets and
2-inch?
boom, boom.
What if they had 2-inch blast on them? Oh no,
Yeah.
it's
Can you
lethal
kaboom
5.
his
Yeah, you
elbow
can.
or whatever
Yeah, you
so
can.
that both separate targets have 2-inch blast?
Yeah, dude, it's so you're like, well, I blasted myself. I didn't even give a fuck. I was like, I need to blast those guys, so I'll just walk within 2 of this dude and just eat it. I'm a
Blast
14
yourself for
wound.
the extra Rekka points.
Oh, dude, I started with 6 Rekka points, so I actually that was the worst place to start in that, but
And
lethal 5 carried the day.
He was eating good. I think it's at least when I'm playing Felgor in the Wrecker Crew, the problem is the Just a Scratch and the 5/6 melee damage. I can't really reliably kill them in melee. And I don't have a lot of lethal 5 on Felgor, so I'm just like praying for natural crits that I'm just not getting.
yeah, and all the blast really is rough. Is very rough
It's
for everyone,
anti-Felgor.
really.
It's bad for everybody, but they have a really good specific kit to take Felgor down, and I didn't really ever think about it until just recently. I don't think anybody really has, but they're a really good anti-Felgor team.
Yeah, all the
I
blast
also think
is
that
crazy.
Rekka in general is stronger than Wolf Scouts.
We had
They've
Rekka
been
player. We
one
had
of
a
my
Rekka
toughest
player beat
matches,
Wolf
yeah.
Scouts yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Dyran. Woo!
Yep. Dyron, the man with the plan. He took down first, crushed it.
AKA Slowpoke Dyron, because he makes. Did he? How long did his games run, Eric? Did he run it to the 2 hours, or was he on time?
No, he was on time.
Okay.
I ran my final game with Dyron like way past time because I was stressing trying to beat Rekka Crew with Felgor on Tomb World. And so yeah, Jason, Dyron's one of our big Florida locals, and he's like known to be the slowest player we have. But yesterday the roles reversed because I was sweating so hard trying to figure out how to win this game. I think we went an extra, what, 30 minutes, Eric? 45 minutes?
No, you guys. Well, you went 40. Everyone else finished in 90 minutes. You
Oh, okay.
guys went to. I gave you 15 extra minutes past the time.
I was
'Cause
like,
I'm
we
just
were like
such a
going into turn
nice
three, and I
guy.
turn around, and everybody's just like kind of already done. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh yeah. I kept going over there. What turn are you on?
Yeah.
2. You're slow as fuck. What?
We
You're
took the
going slow as
casual
fuck right
3-round
now.
tournament, and we made it like really sweaty at the end. Like, it's classic kill team.
Yeah, that is classic kill team though. That is exactly classic kill
It was
team.
awesome. But yeah, I
So,
mean, so we're talking about Wolf Scouts. Any other thoughts on,
well,
you know, playing into Wolf Scouts?
how do you think you beat him, Jason? What do you think the trick is to beat Wolf Scouts?
Well, first of all, they are just trying to play the same game as you. So if you just score really well and deny them a couple attack ops, that is usually like like in most competitive games, that is what wins anyways. So if you just keep doing that, yeah, they've got a couple of cool tricks that no one else has like quite that power level, but a lot of the tricks, and especially the ones that like people talk about the most, is stuff we've seen before. Like you've got a sure Wolf Scouts have a 6-inch bubble of -1 attack, but Inquisitorial agents have 2 3-inch bubbles of -1 attack, and maybe that's even stronger. But it's not the end of the world. So you just kind of you look through your toolkit and you gotta like chip damage and messing up their dice math. So like Death Guard, for example, if I use Contagion and Lumbering Death, and the Wolf Scout charges my Death Guard Marine, all of a sudden you're hitting on 4s and I am ceaseless. So it's just like all of a sudden it's not so great for them to charge me, and they're not like the shootiest team in the game. So if they like try to go for a shootout, that's what Death Guard wants, and if they Death Guard also wants you to just charge them, and Wolf Scouts just like fully feed into that, and they don't really have another option. Um, and just like chip damage and poison is also enormous.
Are you playing Death
Yeah.
Guard right now?
I've been playing a lot of Plague Marines, yeah.
Ah,
It's that's been my. I was kind of looking for something a little bit less popular. And also, I did like a pretty good paint job on my Plague Marines, and I was like, you know
Mhm.
what, I gotta bring these guys out and give them a whirl, and that's been pretty fun, actually.
Just recently, some of the locals here have been picking Plague Marines back up as well. They seem fun. I've never played them before.
5-inch
They're
move.
slow.
Yeah, they seem like they're in a really good spot.
I don't like 5-inch move. Yeah, I'm the
5-inch
same as
move.
Eric. I'm like, I need like a minimum of 7 typically. I'm a 7-inch move guy. That's
Yeah,
blame Phobos for that. It's a
yeah,
drug.
yep.
Yeah.
Before this time, when I tried to play Plague Marines, I was like, I could never play a 5-inch moving team. And then I did a journey of a bunch of other things, and like mandrakes. And then going from mandrakes to goremongers, I was like, man, goremongers are so slow compared to mandrakes. Which goremongers, not a particularly slow team, but mandrakes, wow, they make Phobos look like babies. I don't know. They're so much faster, mandrakes. And
Yeah, they're
then
kind of crazy.
just kind of hopped all over the place, did a few games with the stealth suits, and
Mm.
just trying to like sneak around and set up traps. And then I was like, what if I sneak around and set up traps with Plague Marines? And I'm like, actually try to be a little bit cagey and set up traps and try to just mess up your dice math and poison people. And that works really well, actually.
How did you feel about stealth suits?
Mm.
Stealth suits are very interesting, and they do have some giant gaps, but also they are just like horrendously abusive sometimes. And I feel like they are one small innocent looking tweak away from being just like the new overlords, but like not no, I mean not really, because new overlords would imply anyone can pick them up and just crush you with it. I think they're one small tweak away from a couple of people becoming our new overlords, and they'll just never lose to anything.
Mm.
Yeah, I think like the right super cerebral player is going to crush with that team.
If it
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
tweaked
they'll
a
be
They
bit.
so
just dodge all
annoying.
your stuff and shoot you a bunch.
They stun everything. They dodge everything. They just really need the double shoot on the burst cannons would really help, I think.
Yeah, I think
I played them on this past weekend with Felgor. It was so punishing for them with Felgor especially. Just because even if they dodge and they run back, they're just delaying the inevitable in some of those melee heavy matchups, I feel like. But more stuns. I don't know what else you do.
yeah, I don't think
It's
that they
tough.
have the sauce right now. I think they have a good foundation to be really good.
I think they're cool
And they are
conceptually. Like I
cool.
really like the idea.
I've
Yeah,
had
yeah.
fun playing against them, but I'm also just smacking Tau upside the head with the chainsword and or power weapon and or cleaver. It, the list goes on. So I guess I'm
It
having a
could be
good
anything.
time. It could be anything. That's a
Yeah.
pipe. Yeah, I gotta.
You're gonna get them
You're
eventually,
gonna get
but
them
playing
eventually,
the
man.
baiting out the charge game is kind of fun.
No, it
Like,
is fun. I think that they're
and
cool. Yeah.
yeah, they're fun. The first time I played them was really, really interesting because some of that stuff is really powerful and really annoying. You're just like, God, hey, like you dodge that, and then I can't get you. I'm outside of 3.
It's also your brain. You're like, okay, that's right. I can't see that guy. I can't see
Yeah,
that
you're
guy
not
at
there.
all. You're not there. You're like, all right.
The one that got me the most was I was like, for some reason in my head before I played them, I was like, oh, I can't shoot them, outside of 3, but I can totally stun them, right? Because I just need visibility. But then you read the card and it's like, no, actually you can't. So you have to get within 3 to
True.
even
You
do the
do need
stun.
visibility,
Yeah.
To do like
which
anything.
they're technically not. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the stealth suits definitely have that same all in cursor energy where their shooting feels like wet noodles. But the fact that you can just stand somewhere that looks like it's out in the open and people can't shoot you back, and then with whatever that equipment is that kind of lets you ignore obscuring, they're kind of like a slightly weaker version of second edition all in cursors, but the mission structure changing to what it is like the biggest thing that hurts them. That's actually what made 6 Phobos and cursors not so great. And that definitely applies to the stealth suit team as well.
They need to
Yeah,
change
it's
out that
tough.
ploy. They need to change that ploy that gives them torrent 2 or something. It buffs their torrent. They need to get rid of that crap and give them a real good ploy. I think that'll fix
Double
it.
shoot would be great. I mean, if they could at least double shoot once a turn would be huge for them. Like, I think it's
Yeah.
really hard for them to be an elite team that can't double shoot ever.
They got 5
And the
bodies.
flip to conceal, like paying a CP to do that kind of sucks when you can only pay it to do it for one guy a turn. I mean, especially when you
Yeah.
compare it to like Phobos this edition, when you could pay a CP and everybody can do it. That was powerful.
Yeah, they should have like guerrilla warfare essentially.
And you could have everyone on your team shoot twice and flip back to conceal with Phobos, and you've spent 1
You
CP
had
to do
6
that.
guys instead of 5.
Yeah.
And their shooting was
So
way better, and they also had melee.
yeah, and with piercing and lethal 5, it's like, I guess it's nice. I guess maybe the balance is the fact that the Tau have the huge buff of getting accurate 3 or accurate 2 within that certain limit. I can't remember exactly what that limit is on those inches, but I don't know how much that really matters all the time.
3 inches from their territory, inside their territory, and like 3 inches from their deployment.
Yeah.
It's going to make 2 changes to stealth suits. The first thing, we'll say 3, because double shooting once per turn, I think, would solve a lot of problems, and it wouldn't be too cracked, especially if it's like you'd only double shoot with a burst cannon.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Can you double shoot with the melter or just the burst cannon?
No, that would be crazy.
Just the burst cannon.
Okay. So yeah,
and
that's okay.
that'd be pretty
Or 2.
reasonable. And then also let them shoot people that are in melee combat with them. So if you charge me and try to trap me with chain snares, I'm just going to point blank burst cannon you.
Ooh.
That'd
Yeah,
be cool.
because Pathfinders could do that with any model, right? Couldn't Pathfinders always use their
I think
range?
They had a ploy for
I don't
it.
remember if this was the compendium one or the other one, but they could, like, their melee profile would be their their gun, but they can't block with it.
Yeah, that's what it was. So it's just
Mhm.
kind of like a point blank shot. You're just throwing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of
Which was a
interesting
big
too. But
thing
I'm
when
like,
people were kind of theorizing what was going to be rules for the stealth suits before they released. That was one that was talked about a lot. Everyone was like, "Oh, they'll be able to shoot into melee because they're gonna be
yeah,
terrible in melee." And there is really like if you play a melee team into them right now, you see that like it's so punishing for like a Tau player or a stealth suit player to go into like Goremongers or Felgor or probably even Wolf Scouts. Definitely Wolf Scouts as well.
yeah, because if you try to trap them and they just point blank burst cannon you, that'd be pretty cool for
Yeah,
them.
yeah, that'd be sick.
And then the
That's
last
a
thing I
great
would
point.
do would be also let them have Montka, and then it would just be the mirrored opposite. So at the start of the game, you either choose Montka and you get more accurate the deeper into enemy territory you go, or if you do Kaoyan as it is, it's just the same thing. And then maybe like once per game you can flip it, and then it stays forever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
That is
It would
actually
add a lot of
interesting.
dimension.
Because then you're like, well, I can be rewarded for going in there where the melee guys are, or I can be
And then if you kind
rewarded
of
for
like,
kiting them in.
yeah, and then you could like spread out and then be like, okay, once the fight on this side is completely resolved, all of a sudden I flip and the dude that was in the back, supposedly harmless, now has accurate 3 because he's like in your deployment zone.
Mm.
Nice.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
That is cool.
That'd be fun.
They need something. I hope
That's
they
cool.
get something because I do think they're cool, and I've had fun playing against them. Like it's been
Yeah.
a funky puzzle where you're trying to figure out, you know, how to get in there.
I'm about to paint mine, and they look really fun to paint too. They look like they're gonna paint up really cool.
A lot of flat surface on
Agreed.
those bad boys. Yeah. Nice, nice lines to edge highlight.
Yeah,
They
very
look fun
space
to paint.
marine-ish, you know. Very, I like
Yeah,
it.
they're
What's
big.
I
what's your color
still haven't
scheme,
done it,
dude?
but I'm planning to do. I'm planning to do a camouflage pattern that's the same color as the Vulcus floor, so it's kind of that like gray blue, and then get like other grays and blacks and gray blues, and then like sponge it on as a camo, so they look like the Vulcus floor, and then light up some gems just for art purposes.
Sounds cool.
Mm,
Mm.
That sounds
that
awesome.
sounds cool. That does sound cool.
Yeah,
Uh,
George, what are you gonna do for yours? What you got?
I'm doing mine. I'm doing them phasing. So I got two guys in full camo, so they're gonna match the base. And then I have three guys, the two guys with the fusion and the leader, like phasing out of camo. I
Nice.
don't know what color I'm gonna do yet on the actual stealth suits, but uh, I think it's the way that I got them primed up. I'm really excited to paint them.
oh, I'm excited
That
to
sounds
see
cool.
Love
that.
it.
That sounds
Yeah.
One
cool.
of Eric's locals had his stealth suits. It was Dylan's stealth suits. He was letting John use them this weekend,
Mm.
and he had them painted up as the classic like Gundam colors, the like the pale white, red, and
Ooh,
blue, and it looked really good. It looked cool.
Oh, sick.
cool.
They are cool
Yeah.
models.
Sounds very fitting.
Hope they get
Yeah,
a
very, yeah,
buff.
super fitting. One thing that happened to me when I played against them that I wasn't expecting, like I knew I could get stunned, but then I got stunned and then had movement taken from me as well, which again only really delayed the inevitable in the matchup, but still was like really annoying.
Yeah, the stun visibility is a cool thing to have on any team. That's always super
Yeah. Oh
clutch.
yeah. You just look at him, you're like, you're stunned.
And I used to play Brood Bros a bunch, but every time that I've been stunned by the stealth suit, I'm like, all right, I guess forgot you had that. And then I'm like, yeah, I had a Magus. I just did it to everybody for like months on end, just like stunning four people a turn. And I get offended that the stealth suit stuns me. I'm like, fuck.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to
You were
see. I don't know.
like being a monster, like annoying with those fucking Brood Brothers. You were going up on that tall tippity top point of Volcus and just, hiya, you can't do this, and hiya,
That shit was
your
so
stupid
broken.
Magus.
That shit
Yeah,
was
you were
dope.
being, oh,
That was
oh my
before
god.
the alternate dimension too, so you were just like, no, 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 you can't charge me.
Invincible
I'll
up there.
stand here
Yeah, it was
forever
crazy.
and just,
Yeah,
Darth Sidious fucking mind
total
blast
menace.
you across the whole map all day.
Yeah.
Just roll fucking a couple 2-ups and you explode. You know, good times.
Especially because you could do that. You could target people that were in melee with that, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. It was
Mhm.
crazy. You still
It
can.
was
That part's still there. Uh, I think now you just have to
Bananas.
choose one of the Magus buffs, which I did love the Magus just for making your 7 wound Yahoos a little bit beefier than your average guardsman, which is still the case, but you just don't get all 3. Brood Wars is a good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
Well, I got a question for Jason because I think we're getting closer to new sisters and new Murder Wing. So you've
Yeah.
had some really great takes on current teams. Give us some takes on what you're thinking for these 2 teams. I mean, there's obviously been some spoilers spreading around and different things, but what are you thinking on these 2 teams?
I mean, they both look super cool. And always through the lens of trying to make everything into a corn proxy, I'm like, I wonder, like, I haven't thought that much about it, but I'm like, what kits would be a good one to build a Blood for the Blood God proxy for the Celestian Insidians?
Cool.
I think that'd be a fun project. I mean, but both of them look cool, and hopefully they land in a good, happy place for the game. But who knows?
I'm
Yeah.
telling people that I know the Murder Wing looks cool, but I think the sisters team is gonna be cracked. Jason, you were playing when Chownath dropped, right?
Yeah.
You remember what we had to deal with when Chownath dropped.
I mean, our local scene, we didn't have that many problems with sisters, but later on, when I ran into, I mean, like novitiates they've been through like waves and waves of being insane.
Yeah, I think the new team is gonna be just as cracked. I think they're gonna be absolutely broken.
Cracked about the original Sisters team. This was something I wasn't playing the game then.
The healer, the healing, the sniper was super broken. The fact that they could just stand on a point and they get faith points. Faith points were broken. They would manipulate everything with their with their faith points. There
Yeah, and it
was
was like,
blinding aura. Name it, they had.
Rerolls, force
Yeah.
dice fixing, like it was like all this stuff. And it was easier to deal with when you had like played against them a bunch, but it basically was kind of like a Blades of Cain type problem where like if you had no idea what they're doing, like you're going into these guys and they're basically like, "Oh, I have 40,000 of these points and what do you think I can do? Whatever I want with them, actually." And you're just like, all right, just I guess nothing I do is working. That's cool. And you have how many points? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
infinite. Yeah, it was like, and like the third edition launch for novitiates was also complete insanity because they
Busted.
would do like
Busted.
damage reduction plus like healing and fixing their dice, and they would like heal more depending on how many faith points they used. So it'd be like, this was like my average experience playing Phobos against novitiates. I was like, okay, I shoot you with a marksman. It's 3 crits and a hit piercing. Yeah, roll your saves, and then I'm just like, okay, I take 0 damage. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna shoot you again. And then it was just like, well, would you believe it again? I got 3 crits and a hit again. And then they're just like, I rolled 1 save. I'm gonna use my faith points to fix that and once again walk away with 0 damage. And I'm just like, what is going on here? I hate it.
I've never played against that team at all. We don't have anyone in our Florida scene, or even at the national tournaments I went to this past year. I never saw them once.
Yeah, they kind of got deleted
Yeah.
off the face of the earth.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because it was like the damage reduction then like had a limit to it, and then all of a sudden things would actually die instead of just being invincible, and then that team went away.
When
Well, maybe they
Novitiates
were just.
launched, they were the last team to have a true leader that had a plasma pistol and a power weapon. After they launched, GW was like, no more. That is never happening
Mm.
again. And then you always had to choose between you want the better pistol on the leader or the better power weapon, the melee weapon. But they were the last true team that had just a broken ass leader. She got both.
Yeah.
The new team does look cool. Like I saw some of those promo pictures they released when they first dropped it. Seeing the crossbows was cool.
Yeah.
You know, nuns with swords and shields is also pretty cool. So I'm curious to see what the rule set are. I mean, I
They're
think
more like
that
power armor looking.
yeah. They're kind of the classic sisters look. I feel like everybody though will naturally expect that the Murder Wing's going to be super powerful. I mean,
I'm
maybe
hoping.
not
I'm
though.
hoping they
Let's see
are.
how the play style is. They haven't given us a lot of information on it yet, but
I don't
I
think
feel like anytime you
Yeah.
have a flying Space Marine with a Melta, it's going to be annoying.
Yeah,
I can't see that. At all.
I don't think that
Once in the
GW.
article, they said that you could pick up a model and move them. So I'm like, okay, so is it going to be like a Ventriloquist situation again where one of your flying Space Marine picks up a guy, drops him somewhere else, and then your flying Melta just flies over and blasts that guy? Like, it sounds really cool though. Could be really annoying. It depends on how that boost mechanic works that they talked about.
Dude, and especially if you get moved and you take damage, you know, like
Oh
how
god, yeah, if
far
you
do
take
they
like
get
a
to move
D3
you?
on the move or something,
Yeah, like
They
that would be
drop you.
crazy. Yeah,
yeah,
right? Like so who knows?
you gotta get hurt.
I don't think that GW knows how to make a balanced elite team for third edition. So,
No. They've also
uh
made so many elite teams in the past like 6 months that have been dropping.
I mean, I think it's
Phenomenal.
sick
Every
actually
single box
because
has
Phenomenal.
had an elite team.
I'm like
Yeah.
a fan, of course.
Yeah.
I'm
And the
like,
multi-faction elite teams is phenomenal as well.
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
cool. We do need some more Horde love though.
I agree.
We're now on the other
I think they
side,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we
We're due for a new
experienced.
elf team. I'm sure that will be in the next box after this one.
They gotta
I
give
guess
us an
maybe
elf
their
team.
idea was Legionaries went away and Phobos went away, so they were like, all right, we need a new Chaos
They need to give
box.
us
We
new
need a
guard
new
teams. I
Phobos
think
box.
they need to make that Vet Guard replacement, you know?
Mm,
They need that
Yeah,
yeah,
when
14
Vanguard
model
and
7
Blooded
wound.
went away,
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've been
exactly.
playing
know.
like
Blooded
give me
recently.
Catachans.
I'm
Let it
Yeah.
be
thinking
Catachans next.
Catachans actually have to come
Yeah.
next for Horde,
Yes.
right? Like they have
14
to.
model Catachan team. Let's
So sick.
go,
That'll
baby.
But
just
then
print money, dude.
Dude,
my theory is
Just
it'll be more like Canoptic Circle, where instead of like having 14 models, it'll be like it's a 10 model kit. You've got like 15 different options for specialists, including all the different guns you can take. But you can also take troopers, and troopers are expendable.
Yes.
And then they
That's
just like
right.
respawn and are like useless turns your kill op, or like only until like the end of the game or something. Or I mean, if I was going to do expendable, it would be like you start as a 10 model team, and then you can have up to 4 expendable dudes because when they die they respawn. So I guess it'd be 3. And each time you add one, your scale moves with it. So if you kill one expendable and bring one back, all of a sudden you're an 11 model team, and if they kill another one, you're a 12 model team.
Mm,
Oh,
sick.
that would make the kill off so hard to score, dude. That
mm.
that
And to
that
keep
team
track
would
of
never take kill
a
up
little bit.
primary against that thing. You would end up like, okay, so I killed 7 guys. It's like, yeah, but 3 of them were expendable. So you killed 4, and now I'm a 14 model team. That's 1 point. You're like, oh god.
Okay, so each of the guys that you killed would count.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're okay. Okay, yeah. That
Right,
makes
right,
sense.
right, right, yeah. Okay.
Either way, though, a Catachan team would be just
Wait,
so
no, it would
sick.
be sick. It would be
It'd be
sick.
super
With
cool.
like
Yeah.
having like a field
I
of
think a
like,
lot of people will buy the team even if they don't really want to play it. Like Catachan models are requested. A lot of people want to see that team come out.
Yeah.
yeah, and they did it. I mean, the original Vet Guard team, came right before they did the whole Krieg set for 40K. So it could be a precursor to a Catachan launch. It's definitely a requested one. I mean, they seem to use Kill Team to test out these various things that they might do a release in 40K with.
Mm. Use me, GW. Use me for your testing.
Or they do what they did to Nemclaw, and they don't ever give the 40K players any cool Night Lord stuff, and all the 40K players buy all the Nemclaw boxes.
Mm.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
guess the Nemesis Claw is like pretty good in 40K. It's like they have an aura that is like enemy players can't use stratagems around them or something. I don't know that much about 40K, but I was like, someone told me about it, and I was like, that sounds
That sounds
insane.
crazy, right? You're
Yeah,
like, I Vox
heard the same
stream
thing. It's a
all
highly
your shit.
desirable box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wild. That is pretty wild. Well, um, you boys got plays of the week? What do you think?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let me
Plays
get
of the
this
week.
thing going.
Play of the week.
All right, so, um, I know you have one locked and loaded, Cam, and then we'll go to
Yeah.
Jason. What do you
Okay.
got, bro? Because you said you had one like tip of your tongue.
Yeah, I got two good ones. I'll start with the one that was done to me because it was a really cool stealth suit play. So first round of the tournament yesterday, I was playing John, one of our locals. He's playing Stealth Suits. I got Felgor. He gets Turning Point 2 initiative. I had a really nice Blood play lined up for John. I had spaced it out perfectly and wasn't ready quite for him to do what he was about to do, which was he took his Grenadier. He used the ploy that allows them to basically fly. He he ignored the climb and the drop of a whole entire Volcus building. Got right up within 2 and threw their devastating EMP bomb that doesn't stun you. But it hit 3 of my goats. Yeah, it's an EMP, but it doesn't actually do EMP things. So, but yeah, and dropped it right on like 3 or 4 goats. Unfortunately, didn't frenzy any of them, which was really sad for like on his side of the board to throw that out there and to leave all these goats on like 5 health, which was just tragic for a stealth suit player. Like that was that could have been so huge for him. But it was just really sick to have that stealth suit boost up over that building and just run up into the goat's face. He's just like whoosh, throws his stunless EMP.
That is very thematic.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was
like
cool. It was the coolest thing I've seen stealth suits do. So I gotta give some love. We were just talking about how they're just not very good, but they can do that. So
No, I think they have a sick kit that is just slightly too restrictive in a ton of different small ways that culminate into just not having enough sauce to be like super competitive right now. But I think that like Jason said, if they tweak them a little bit, they could go like bananas, bro. They could very easily break the game with the like Wolf Scouts. They're tough for a lot of teams, but they got 12, 13 wounds. One guy or 13, 14 wounds, right? The leader is crazy, doesn't die, but like you can interact with them. If there's a few buffs to the stealth suits and there's, people figure out that you don't have to interact with people much at all, then that could be a problem,
it'll be so
Over.
Yeah, like it's over. Like you never roll dice, They're just like, I control everything that happens in this game all the time because you can't see me. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
sick.
Yeah,
Some
it
pretty
is cool
fights.
though. It is cool. You said you had a second one.
Okay, yes. Number 2, actually into the Wolf Scouts. Top of Turning Point 2, I had position. I won initiative. I did initiative gamble. Had my Flux Spray up on the midline. Called the herd on him to get him a little bit closer to the scout drop zone, and then just Cleaver Furied his way through 3 scouts, doing I think 2, 2, and 3 damage, leaving them at a perfect break point. And he healed a little bit, but it didn't change anything when my Gorehorn with 3 APL charge, fought, killed, CP dashed, killed, and now we have. And at that point in the game, I think after that play there was only 2 Wolf Scouts left. So it was a perfect kind of Felgor play. I think if you're a Felgor player, you're always dreaming of the 3 APL Gorehorn double kill and getting to do the Cleaver Fury to take the cake before that and get those models all down to a 10 wound perfect break point was sick. It's also great too when you kill someone with the Gorehorn and you roll a 6 afterward and you're like, oh cool, the next one's gonna be 8. It's like, and then you go do the second fight and you hit them once and they're on 1 wound. You're like, sick.
Yeah,
That's
gnarly.
perfect.
Kiss.
Yes, it's chef's
Yeah.
kiss all day.
That's
So yeah, that was my
the
perfect, and I love doing it to Wolf Scouts because, Wolf Scouts are punishing some people right now in a lot of these little local meta tournaments. So
Yeah.
that's also like
Yeah.
the best play I feel like in Kill Team might be the Felgor Blood Sense triple kill that you can pull off with the goats.
so good.
It's like maybe the most exciting one, dude. I always love that one. But Jason,
Happen yet where I get the double kill and then get the Blood Sense dual activation charging for the 3rd kill? I haven't had that one happen yet in my couple months playing Felgor.
that's the one, bro. That is the one.
That's the big one.
That's the one where you're like, I am all that is man, or all that is
Yeah,
goat.
that's the one I really want.
I
But
have
playing
become
elite
goat.
teams, and you don't get it with elite teams because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
spacing, it's kind of hard. I need to really play like someone just play me with a horde team and let me do that.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
do
You
that
got
to you.
14-man Catachan to come out so you could do it to them.
Yeah.
Hey, as soon as that happens, just credits roll, the game ends. You can never play again.
Just imagine like opening up Turning Point 2 and someone that's not super familiar with Felgor and you just pull a triple kill that way. I mean, just it's just like it's be so punishing and like it has to be the worst feeling. Like you get that you
walk
just
out.
scramble somebody's whole
You're
day.
out after that.
Yeah, I've done it. It was
I've
pretty
done it.
sick.
This guy.
It was pretty sick, not gonna lie. Sorry, bro.
Savage.
Tournament points, brother. Welcome to
Got
Florida
to.
Kill Team, baby. You know, all right.
We always do it nicely. We
I'm
play
always
hard
nice
here,
about
and
it.
we're nice about it though.
Pick them up. Pick the fucking models up. All right.
Sometimes, Eric, you've done this to me before. You'll kill one of my models and you'll pick it up yourself, take it off the board, and
What?
I'll get
Oh, I do that. Sorry, because people
No,
are
you don't do
slow.
that to other
People are
people,
slow.
but you
No,
do
I
that when
do
me
do
and
it
you
too.
play at my
I
house,
do.
and it's pretty funny. You're just like, I killed this guy, he's dead. You remove him from the board. He's dead now.
Yeah, I do that with Rekkas. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can, you don't get to roll dice. Well, but it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
You're dead.
It doesn't matter.
That's hysterical.
No
All right,
chance here.
Jason, you got to play of the week for us. I know you got something brewing.
Yeah, so speaking of bullying Wolf Scouts, I like to fan out where I've got the Wizard Man from Plague Marines standing with three other of the Plague Marines within 3 inches, but everyone's like pretty fanned out, so there's no blast, but everyone's within 3 so I can heal them. And then when you run in and the icon makes you hit worse because of contagion, and then the lumbering death. There's a nice little trap there, and then plant the banner. And now they have some more urgency to come interact with you. I did that and had some gnarly heals, but just like the hammer kept coming in, and I was kind of falling apart. And I've been bringing the dude with the plague spear. It's like the 5 attack goo flamer with poison. And so everyone had clustered up to hammer through my little lines there. And then my dude with the goo fell back so that I could torrent and hit 2 space wolves. And there's that Curse of Rot ploy, so that like even though they ignore piercing, I've got 5 attacks in the first place. And then with Curse of Rot, if you roll threes, that die fails. You can't re-roll it, and you take an extra damage. So he just like fell back, torrented 2 guys, put them both down to 1 HP, and poisoned them. And I was just like, there it is.
GG's.
Took the game back from the jaws of death.
That
That's
is sick, especially with the torrent gun that I damn well know if you're listening to this and you play Plague Marines, you don't play the torrent gun, bro. No, nobody
I've never
does
seen
that.
someone use it.
Yeah, and it's so
Now that
Yeah,
ploy you
I
just talked about, you said because I'm not overly familiar with the Curse of Rot. So when they
Yeah.
roll a 3 straight up on their defense die, it's just discarded.
Yeah, so if a Plague Marine is shooting or fighting an enemy within 3 inches and they roll a 3, so like if you're fighting even, like let's say I'm fighting a Wolf Scout and you roll 5 3s, I'm just like, Curse of Rot, you take 5 damage, you can't re-roll anything, and then I just kill you.
That's crazy cool.
Whereas like I think the time I used it in that game, the guy, I mean this happened at least once, maybe it was then, but he rolled like 2 3s and a critical success. So I was just like, Curse of Rot, both of those 3s fail, you can't re-roll them. You take an extra damage from each, plus 2 of those 3 damage hits that you thought you were gonna save are going through.
Crazy, dude.
Just
That's so sick.
absolutely cooks them.
I've never had someone do that to me. And
Yeah,
I haven't played Plague Marines that
sounds
much, but
brutal.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so like recently I've been doing that guy as like my elite killer, especially for Wolf Scouts, because the reliability is just really, really strong. And I dropped the regular warrior. The regular Plague Marine warrior crit
The-
saves on 5s, and he
Yeah.
has the toxic bolt gun. But pretty much as soon as I poison someone, they're gonna die next time I fight them or do anything violent to them anyways, so I don't really care about the toxic bolt gun. And they both have the same melee profile. It's just fists. And if I'm probably just gonna move dash shoot regardless of who it is, I might as well have a crazy torrent gun
Yeah, why not?
that
That's
hits
sick.
on 2s and has an extra die, and then just save that Curse of Rot for him. And then if he uses it, or if it doesn't come up for him because they don't roll a 3, then you save it for someone else, and you're just always trying to shoot people within 3 inches for Curse of Rot.
Mm, that sounds kind
Okay,
of
so
fun,
it has to be
actually.
within 3 to do the Curse of Rot.
It has to be within 3, yeah, and it does work in melee. So but it's just like I don't really. Usually, I'm only retaliating and never fighting with Death Guard, because the only fighter that would fight would be the melee one, the fighter with the flail. But instead of fighting, you just flail around. You run into a cluster of people, and even if it's just like one other Space Marine, it's just like I flail twice. You take 2d3 plus 4 damage. So you could do like 8 damage and poison them. They activate. They take another d3, and then you just hit them one more time and they die.
Yeah, well, guy sick.
Oh yeah.
Pretty spicy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
Gotta do
actually,
like
should I?
I had a play of the week as well. I had 2 games yesterday, a teaching game, and I played a 4-way with a few friends and my son. I've been showing my son how to play Kill Team, and in true fatherly fashion, he decided to play Phobos. I was like, all right, cool. I played Wolf Scouts, right? And he decided to overextend a little bit, kind of wide in the open, to take shots at the other guys that didn't have as much experience as him playing. And I was like, man, he moved out the first Marine in the open. He popped a couple shots. I was like, all right, just leave him alone. He's cool. He's nothing. Then he moved his mine layer an inch behind that guy and shot across the board. And I was like, okay, that's a double kill, but we're not gonna take the double kill. We're gonna be cool. And then he moved his commsman and in a triangle, a 1-inch triangle.
You're like the
all three of
triple
them.
I'll
And I was
take.
just like,
You're
oh,
like,
that's,
okay,
that's
the
the one.
Did you triple kill your son, George?
Huh?
Did you just pull a triple kill on your son?
100%. I was like, my room priest is gonna jump up here, jaws of the wild wolf.
Oh my god! How old is your son's like 8, right, or 10?
He's 10.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So he's okay. He's not like too little. He can take it.
No, he
Double
loved it.
digits,
He was like,
you can
man,
triple
I was
kill
like,
him.
listen, that's why you don't move in the open within an inch.
You taught him a lesson with the big blast.
Everyone has that blast.
Yeah.
Everyone has that blast experience, and he just got it early.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone. I had it happen to me yesterday.
You'll be a menace the next time that we play. For sure, he will never let me do that again.
Yep.
The
That's
3/5
for sure.
severe is punishing with that specific.
I think it's
attack.
5 dice also.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that is one thing on the team that is like really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then every time I had all 5 successes. It wasn't always I had a crit in the first 2 rolls and then 2 crits in the second roll, but it was always a crit in 4 hits or 2 crits and 3 hits because I used the tech. All my rerolls, I rolled 2 1s in the caster rune, so I was like, oh boy, I need to use these anyways. So yeah, I had those 2 rerolls in the bank. Oh, it was so good.
Oh, that's
The rune
so
priest
That is a
saw it
mechanic
coming. That's
I
why he
like.
blessed you with those ones.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this
Dude.
is trash. And then the play came out, and I was like, all right, cool, whatever.
That is hilarious. I mean, I love Blast. That's why I've been playing Rekkas so much lately. Which would just be, we'll move on from play of the week. My play of the week is just going to be me blasting people in Rekkas over and over again. That's basically been like the height of my every kill team game that I do is just like 3-inch relentless blast at some point. Like you just can't.
That's what's bringing you back.
You can't
in from
stop
Star
it.
Wars, right?
Yeah, you can't stop it happening like one time unless you only have one model left, or they all got caught in 3-inch frag grenade blasts. Like, dude, that's just play the week, play the game for me every time lately, dude. Rekkas, bro. You want to roll dice? You want to have massive blasts? Play Rekkas. It's like it's crazy.
He did it yesterday. Someone had a buy round. I'm on the other side of the room, and I look over. I see Eric playing a buy round with this guy, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's just having a little bit of fun. Like 15 minutes later, I hear the dice. I hear all the 5 dice start cracking into the the dice tray. I'm pretty sure you guys are on CQC, weren't you? Or were you on open?
No, it was on open. It didn't matter though. I just put holes in walls. Squigs ran everywhere.
You were just wrecking
the rocket
everything.
pistols come out round 3. You feel safe because you're just dealing with 2 guys with hammers, and then the rocket pistol just swings around the corner, and everything that's settled at the end of turn 2 just like fucking vaporizes. Like that's kind of how I play it. Like I'm just the knob is just waiting for things to kind of like settle out a little bit, and then just come in and obliterate everything with dual rocket pistols and a boatload of Rekka points. It never gets old. It never gets old. But
It's a counterpunch, the Punisher.
yeah, dude, because you can hit 2 different places with 2-inch blast. you know, or you just drop ceaseless blast 1, blast 2 on somebody hitting on 4s. It's 6 dice. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. You just like delete stuff. You're like, all right, now nothing else matters. You know, this entire side of the board just literally went up in smoke.
This is how I lost to him playing Blooded last week. And I was winning hardcore. Top of TP4, he moves up within 2 and kills, what, 3 or 4 dudes in one shot? You cleared a whole room with the picking multiple targets. And I was like, I never saw that coming.
Yep. I didn't even see it coming.
No. I didn't even know you could do it. So like I did
Oh.
it now, but then I learned. So I learned. I knew you could blast. I didn't know you could pick 2 different targets at that point. So I was like, God, man,
Yeah.
you're crazy.
Oh no, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Good times though. Good times. The +1 inch, man. If I could pay a CP for an inch, dude. Tell you what.
Every day.
Tell you what, brother. All right. Let's let's roll into That's Heresy here. What do you say, boys?
That's Heresy, brother.
All right. So George and Jason. Today we're talking about Primaris Marines versus Phobos Marines. Jason, take it away, dude. What's Heresy?
Okay, does this count toward Wolf Scouts or Phobos Marine?
They're Phobos Marines, man. Technically.
Okay, what's heresy for them? Okay, so this is just like pick a super hot take and then go crazy.
Oh yeah, basically you pick a side. You're like, I think that Phobos Marines are heresy, or I think Primaris Marines are heresy, and then yeah, just you're gonna have to like
And on top of that hill.
whatever you do, George is gonna die on the other hill, and you die on that hill, and that's it.
Yeah.
So if I say Phobos Marines are heresy because they're the strongest and they're too strong for this world, does that apply? Is that a valid argument?
Yeah.
That might
Yeah.
be valid. That I mean, who's to say? Who's to say
I
it's
think it's
not a
valid.
valid argument? I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Phobos are strong. I don't know if Phobos being strong makes them heresy though. That's
It's
yeah,
the
but maybe it does. Maybe a
heresy for the
chaos.
health of the game.
Yeah.
What's heresy is those big ass clanky regular Primaris Marines, those ugly ass weapons that don't do anything. You got the Phobos Marines have extra movement, so they got the sauce. And we all know when second edition was out, none of us wanted to play Intercession or Angels of Death. We were all running Phobos. We knew who were the better Marines. Okay, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
Those extra wounds on the intercessor, the double Conrack, still having 6 dudes though. There's some
I know
pretty
6 dudes are
slappy
overrated.
boys.
6 dudes. You know what's not overrated? A pet wolf. That's not overrated.
The
What,
wolf.
I mean,
Wolf is pretty sick.
what do you you got? You guys, Primaris Marines are just like the most boring, bland. Like, oh, you want to learn how to play kill team? Here, play this boring ass team with no rules. Remember when Justine came out? Absolutely no rules. Trash water. Even though Eric won a tournament with them, we don't talk about that. Or made it to the podium. Eric couldn't even win the tournament. Primaris Marines are trash.
I took Headhunter, bro. Shouldn't have taken Headhunter. I blame
I feel
bad
like I
intel on that one. Okay.
feel like I heard about, was it you guys all, like there's a bunch of people that did Strike Force Justine all at the same tournament?
Yeah, so I was on a Strike Force Justine kick, and I was kind of, not gonna lie, like smashing people with Strike Force Justine because you would have
Because
Justine hitting on
everyone wasn't
twos,
expecting it.
the
Yeah.
Eliminator hitting on twos. I mean, this is like right down your alley, Jason, trust me, where you all of a sudden realize you're like, wait, this guy hits on twos, my Sergeant hits on twos, my Eliminator hits on twos, and I have 7 CP to reroll everything, and all I do is just hit you on twos? You're like, this is so easy. I just run around and just like, yeah, it's 4 hits every time, bro. Like, it was
Just go
crazy.
for Headhunter.
Yeah, yeah, and then, well, That was because somebody at the tournament, so like I was on the Justian kick. I was like, hey, I convinced a couple guys to bring Justian. Uh, we almost had a
Guilty.
deal where we put up all our Justian teams as like a bet, as like collateral to like the
Yeah.
best Justian. But we ended up not doing it. We all just liked our models too much. And then yeah, I was going into the finals into Landon, who got third at Worlds this year. And somebody comes up to me. I think it was Matt, dude. I think Matt was like, yeah, I played him round one. He plays really aggressive with his leader, which is like what, thrice cursed or whatever. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, you know. But no, what actually it was is that Landon ended up playing Strikeforce Justian for 4 rounds straight because of how many people we had. So by the time he got to me, this was his
Kept matching
fourth.
into us.
It
Yeah.
was his fourth. He had 3 practice games. And to all the guys that were playing, like I was actually like sweating it out with Justin, and then I get him at the very end. Um, and he had all figured out everything not to do against Strikeforce Justin, and I took Headhunter so that he was gonna play aggressive, and then I like threw uh, chipped thrice cursed or whatever, threw Justian up there, supercharged plasma back when the plasma was piercing 2 on the pistol, 4 or 5 damage or something. I think
I
I
think it's
nuked.
5-6 even,
Oh yeah, it was crazy. I nuked this dude for
even
like
on the pistols.
I nuked him for like 20 something damage, like 20, I think. I think it was literally just like 4 crits or something. And then he rolled like 15 5-up feel no pains and lived. It was just like the
Yeah.
most chaotic.
In the dice tower,
It was
right?
just the most, yeah, it
Crazy
was the most
time.
chaotic, play of all time. Me just like
It's
sacrificing
the
my
thrice
leader.
cursed.
He's like the leader for,
Right.
In the grim darkness of that tournament, there is only Strikeforce
it was
Justian.
only Strikeforce Justian. So actually, yeah, it was a win for me because even though I lost at the top table, I made Landon play Strikeforce Justian for 8 hours, and you can't put a price on that.
No.
That's
Not with who
that's
he's
Incredible
become.
stuff.
He
He
that's
actually
deserves
played
it.
priceless,
Matt,
dude.
me, Eric, and someone else. I
John,
forgot who the
right?
fourth.
John Law?
John Law. So it's John Law, Matt,
John
me, and
Law.
Eric.
Shout
Man,
out John Law.
Landon had a rough day.
Yeah,
Landon had a
all
rough day.
Strikeforce Justin. It was so funny, bro.
Yeah.
That shit cracked me up, man. That was
That's
really, really
awesome.
funny. Well, sweet. We're going.
Okay, so back on the note of that's heresy, I think I've got to say, regular Space Marines being boring. That's heresy.
Mm,
Mm,
mm.
you're an AOD fan.
Love it.
Me too, actually. I'm not
It's
gonna lie.
there's kind of some Phobos vibes where you can skew or blend. So it's like you can do all rifle intercessors and it's actually pretty good, and then you just like become the master of angles and positioning. Or you can go like all chainsword and it's pretty good. Or you can start to blend in your 40 mil bases and like sprinkle a little bit of paprika on your otherwise just butter noodles. But who doesn't love a good
Nice.
butter noodles? I don't know. That was a weird
No,
metaphor.
no. I mean, I must be a butter noodle guy because I actually really love like the best palate cleanser for me, besides Rekka's right now at least, is me taking uh, the gunner with the grenade launcher, the captain, and then just 4 dudes with chain swords. And then I just run whatever it is that gives you saturate and hardy, and you're lethal 5. You're what, -1 damage when you're retaliating or something. And then you just have a shooty team with chain swords that has no obscuring within 8 inches, and you just like zoom around and nuke dudes with piercing crits, pistols,
It's a
and if they
nightmare to
want to,
fight them.
and if they want to play with you, I have a chain sword, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
There's
I
something
reduce 1
beautiful about
damage when you fight me.
AD2. Oh, sorry, Eric.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
So
sorry.
there's
Yeah,
something beautiful about just playing like such a simple team as well. You don't have too much to think about. Like I think that's what's really fun about them a lot of times. And they're not overly simple, but for the most part, yeah, you're just like hammering people with them. So you're playing pure positioning with them and just having a good time.
yeah. And you got rerolls,
And
so
like
Purity
it
Stew.
sounds like it's not optimal, but literally just the regular intercessor sergeant with a bolt rifle and a power sword and the grenade launcher guy and 4 rifle intercessors is also just madness. I'll do mobile and sharpshooter, and if you don't need to move, all of a sudden your accurate severe, piercing crits, and balanced, and double shooting. And then if they do tag you, you fall back and double shoot anyways. And if they tag and stun you, you drop sharpshooter for resolute, and now you just ping off the stun, fall back and double shoot anyways. There's just no breaks on the bolt gun train.
Do,
Tilting shields to save the day, 4 attack hitting on 3 fists to save the day, and just blast your way out of every situation.
do you take the piercing crits bolters? Is that what you like?
I like all of them. The other thing, which I haven't done this yet, but go to like a local tournament with all auto bolt rifles, no matter what. And then if even if like 2 Raveners sit next to each other and you're just like auto bolt rifles, I torrent and I hit both of them, and then I shoot twice. That's 4 shooting attacks. It's insane.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That is kind of crazy.
that is cool.
Yeah.
I think people in our scene are underutilizing AOD. I haven't seen anyone do any of this.
There's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot once you start.
Most of the time, it's just a bunch of chainswords. I think that's kind of like the classic play with them. Whenever I run into
yeah.
them at a tournament, it's 4 chainsword guys.
I like it. That's how I like to do it, because I guess I also just enjoy melee, so it's fun to have melee Marines for me. And you're
Yeah.
already, 8 inches on pistols is so good now. You can do a lot
It's
with
plenty.
that.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it used to be 6 inches, Cam. It was like a grenade. So it was pistols, like, when you go from that to 8 inches, you're like, holy shit, dude,
You actually can do some shit with
Yeah,
that.
you're like, I can do a lot with this.
Never
So,
forever.
yeah. So that's where the chain swords kind of work with me. But sometimes I drop a chain sword for the heavy intercessor, because I just love having a chonky dude with a heavy bolter that can
Yeah.
move, dash, and lay down some fire. And then sometimes he just like 18 wounds, bro. That's what I used to do with
I mean,
Strikeforce Justin.
people will waste time trying to kill him, and you're like, okay, keep shooting him. Like,
Yeah.
sink more into him.
I'll get him out there double shooting on Vantage sometimes early. If there's like a ladder or something, I'll just launch him up there and then just have him like overlooking, just ripping, double shooting at shots at people all game. And
Yeah.
like you kind of have to deal with him if he's overlooking like one of the 3 objectives. Like he's gonna just drop bombs
Punish
on
you
you.
if you don't. I've had it happen.
Yeah, or you just let me have that objective, and I basically can have him stand there and I score points. Like it's a win-win for me. But I like the chain swords the
Yeah.
most.
We've talked about all the
Yeah.
Space Marine teams. Why don't we just cap it off by talking about Deathwatch as well while we're here?
Mm.
Yeah, because I feel like they have some of the similar capabilities as AOD, but it's the lack of the 6th model for me that I feel like has deterred me from playing them yet.
How do you feel
It's
about
their
that, Jason?
popularity that kept me away.
You're
But
a
I'm like,
hipster.
my Deathwatch era, maybe this is the year of Deathwatch for me. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric and I,
Um,
neither of us will play the new hot Space Marine team ever. Just when these things come out, everyone plays them. It's annoying, and they're always overpowered for a little bit. It's not fun to jump on that train.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
to let the meta settle, and I don't like mirror matches, you know?
Mm-mm.
It's not as fun. Kill team, like there can be some fun mirror matches out there, I'm sure, dude, but there's not really one that like comes to mind, and I'm like, you know what? You gotta experience stealth suits on stealth suits,
The
bro.
Rekka mirror.
Stealth suits on stealth suits.
Okay, I feel like the
We don't
Legionary mirror would have been a fun one because of how much list building that one had.
That's actually true, because you're kind of like the Phobos mirror could kind of be like that too.
Well, you could really have 2 different teams.
You're like, am I gonna
Yeah,
just
yeah.
show up with 6 Reavers and just kill everybody?
Well, the game that me and Eric
Like,
played, me and
and
Eric played completely different Phobos styles, and then we played a game on TTS. And I remember we're both there like, ooh, who should I take? And when we both run up to each other, we had like the same team.
we had the
There was three
exact same
three
team.
Reavers and like the
Yeah.
marksman. I was like,
That's
well,
right.
I guess that was funny.
That was hilarious.
Has anyone ever just played Felgor and taken a leader and 9 warriors, and you're just like, you can frenzy them, but they ignore all injury.
That feels
I
crazy.
think I did it in TTS once.
It feels crazy, but I feel like there could be, because I ran into a Felgor mirror match at your last tournament, the Blaze Tona tournament, Eric, and it wasn't fun at all, but
Didn't
it was
they,
fine.
nerf-
I was just like I sit down at the table like, damn, I really wish I had 9 warriors right now just to try, just to see what that would be like to make you deal with. Okay, frenzy me, but I'm still gonna come hit you on 3s.
Leaving the
Wasn't
Mangler at
there
home, that just hurts my
wasn't
soul.
there wasn't there like a thing like war paint that did something that like reduced
They still have
your
it.
injury?
It's still a thing. Gets rid of
Yeah, but
the
Movement.
injury on
Movement.
but it's
movement.
for it's only for
Yeah,
like
it's just
one
a
person.
movement stat.
It
I remember
Just
when I
movement
think
stat.
Warpaint came out.
It does work
Didn't it
for
when it
everyone.
came out? It was pretty cracked, wasn't it? Like
well, it
really
was
busted.
strong, but it was kind of a must take for a good portion of your guys. But now it's
I
just
think at first it was like ignore stun or something. At first.
oh, it used to be ignore stun and movement. You're right. It ignored
Yeah,
stun, dude.
it used to be like
It was
absolutely cracked, and then
crazy. You're
they nerfed it.
right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was
And
Ignoring
then we're
nuts.
stun
like,
with
you know what?
Phobos.
Bringing back ignore stun on a whole team sure is a good idea.
Yeah, totally crazy. Yeah, you're
Here's
like,
your
can
wolf
I
scouts.
interact with that rule? No, we did a rain dance. Uh,
Yeah.
so you don't get to stun me. Well, what if I kill the guy
We
that did the rain dance? Did it already though. So
yeah.
that's the rain's coming.
The dance is done. They prayed to the storm. It stays the whole game. I think it's so crazy. It's like
Yeah.
even when you remove this operative, it stays.
Yeah, that's the big part that I think you gotta at least let people like interact with it or make the pilot interact with it. Where like, okay, kind of what they did with Brood Bros. They're like, all right, you gotta pick one of these things that you do the rain
Yeah.
dance for, or it has to be like you kill this guy and you know the wolf god, the furry god man doesn't like you anymore, so you
Make them
stun
like
him.
the Phobos comms where you can flip it in the middle, but you choose
Mm,
one and you can just be like he flips it now.
that's actually
Yeah, that's
really
cool.
And
cool. That's
when he
actually
dies,
sick.
it's locked there forever.
I kind of like that. That's actually really cool. Because then you
Yeah.
don't want to throw him away because you want to be able to turn on what you need to turn on, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a nice nod to classic Phobos, a way
Yeah,
to, pay tribute. But
you got some
Jason, you said this
ideas.
might be a Death Watch year for you, and then we cut you off. But
Yeah. I mean,
hop back on that real quick.
they've got a lot of the hot tech from Angels of Death and a lot of the hot tech from Phobos. And the thing
Yeah.
that I am the least excited about is they can't skew because I love my skews. But just like I think the head taker kind of makes up for the fact that you only have 5 operatives because you can charge from conceal and just like slice some people. So if that just like you claim a kill and get away with it, you don't lose anything for it. It's That's pretty good. Plus, you have Omni Scramble, and we all know how you can Omni Scramble to just like crush a flank and gain crazy tempo. But then like one of my favorite tools, it's without as many horde teams, there's a little bit less value. But essentially you trade insanely aggressively until you're down to your last man, and you do like plant banner, so it funnels everyone into the middle, and then you activate your last guy and you like shoot twice and charge. And then on your counteract, you kill the thing you charge and shoot again. And like if that's your assault intercessor, for example, with the grenades, you just like throw a crack grenade, shoot a heavy bolt pistol, charge, kill someone with a chainsword, throw another crack grenade, going crazy. And Deathwatch does that too, but you've got all sorts of like gnarly options for what that could be.
Yeah, that's cool.
The 5 dice plasma is something that really just
Yeah.
gets my rocks off.
They have all the
Yeah,
tech. I
yeah,
think the head taker is so sick. Head taker just charging 2 models and insta killing them both is crazy to me. Like I've had it happen to me. I was playing Hoda one time into Death Watch and left a gap where he could shove the guy between 2 elves and just I didn't even roll dice because all I had to do was roll 2 hits.
My phone died.
Stopped.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
yeah.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, I should maybe give Deathwatch another shot because I'm also like a hipster about teams a little bit, you know? Like I'll play the meta sometimes, but I tend to not play like the new hotness. I wait for everyone to like
Same.
get a little bit less hype about it because of what we were talking about earlier. But I'm also a massive Deathwatch simp where like
Oh, 100%.
all my
You
Marines are
cried.
Deathwatch.
You cried
That's
when
his
they took
favorite
away.
thing ever.
You're
I
like,
bought
Yeah,
why
him a
did you
Death
cry?
Watch mug for his birthday.
yeah, yeah. So like
You
all
remember
my
you cried?
yeah, I bawled. Yeah, it was a traumatic experience,
Well, to be
actually.
fair, you have a lot of you had a big 40K or you have a big collection of Death Watch. To be fair, right?
Yeah, because I tried to like 40K. I was like,
Mm.
all these guys locally play it. It must be fun. And maybe if I play with them, they'll play Kill Team with me. And then I did that, and I was like, mm-mm, mm-mm, not cool. So I was like, I
Mm.
guess I'll just cannibalize all these Space Marine parts for Kill Team. And now
Mm.
all my Space Marine, I mean, I still have
And
quite a
then
bit of stuff,
they go
but
give you a whole team, and you don't even like to play it, or you haven't even really played it.
Eric
I
has
played
Gotta
it.
every
wait for the
Space Marine
cooldown. I get
team
that.
possible before they even come out. So
Oh, I
like when
believe
these
that.
new teams come out, he's like, I already have them all, and they're already painted as Death Watch. He just builds them without even having to buy the kit.
Oh yeah, well, because I just get bored and then I just kit bash every Space Marine team on Earth
He's
as
got everything you could
Death
possibly need.
Watch. I got
Yeah.
Nemesis Claw, Plague Marines, you know, what else?
It's Death Watch.
Yeah.
As Death Watch. It's pretty sick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like I got it
It's
all.
pretty sick.
All my
His
Phobos are
Nemesis
Death
Claw
Watch.
Death
My
Watch is so sick.
Yeah, my AOD are Death Watch, obviously. My yeah, my Justian were
You have
Death
that
Watch.
sweet Blood Angels captain
The Blood Angels
Death
captain is
Watch.
sick, dude. Yeah, he
Yeah,
is super
that's
cool.
so sweet.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's dope. He has like
Uh,
the sanguinary guard shit.
yeah, so he's badass,
Relic
dude.
plasma pistol. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Kit Bash and Space Marines is easy, but it is fun. So you can get some cool
It
shit.
is really one of the most fun parts about hobbying is when you're working on a Space Marine team. There's just so much available in terms of kit bashing that you don't get with some of the other teams just based on, kits that are actually available for certain things.
Yeah,
It's so
like
cool.
it's also with an elf. Like with an elf, you're like putting the arm like into like uh, a socket of some kind, if that kind of makes sense. Where
Yeah.
like Space Marine, they're just like the shoulder, So all you need is like arms, a little bit of green stuff. Go like it's not too big of a deal. It can be kind of hard to get like the elf arms or even the human arms. It really depends. A lot of times you have to do like weapon swaps and stuff, unless you're really good at
Yeah.
green stuff. Because like I'm very uh, I just use green stuff to fill like tiny gaps. I'm not able to like sculpt your fucking arm completely to make it look like it's your arm because that's how bad, it fits into the shoulder bone. There's like huge gaps. It doesn't look natural. You have to like actually start sculpting stuff. Like I can't really do that. So Space Marines are easy for me to do, and you can just do weapon swaps with like the pistol. Anything with a pistol grip, you can swap them. It's pretty easy to do.
Just
So
cut hands. I know when I built Felgor, I was like, had a lot of ideas for ways to kit bash them, but it's literally impossible. Like, there's just no other Beastman kits even available to
yeah,
change or add anything. And the models are pretty gorgeous on their own. We've
they
talked about
are.
that before. It's one of the best kits that they've made for sure. But I saw a lot of cool things that you could do with like some Beastman ideas.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and kit bash some up for Necromunda, the next campaign we've going
Oh
on.
yeah, for your Beastman
So I'll
gang that
have
we're
I'll
gonna. Yeah, that'd
figure
be
out
cool.
I'll figure out what I can do there. Either that or we're gonna be
Yeah, you
like,
have Boar
well,
Half Horn already, dude. You have
yeah,
the
I have a
coolest Necromunda bounty hunter. Is the
yeah,
is the Half Horn Beastman cybernetic.
yep, yep. Fun stuff, man. Well, hey, we're like hour and a half in almost, boys. Maybe a little less actually, because the pre-stream. But I think it's a
Yeah,
good
we
time
crushed
to
it, dude.
wrap it up. It was fun just hanging out, shooting the shit,
Yeah.
Thank you,
Jason.
Jason. Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Jason.
coming
Dude,
on, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad you were
Double
Likewise.
salute.
here on the beach in sunny Minneapolis. Uh, but yeah,
With your
man.
purple radio.
Exactly. Yeah, floating the
Exactly.
river or the beach or
Oh,
whatever. Yeah.
there it is. I
Yeah.
kept on, I was like, what is that? What is the main part of it? And there it is. Yeah.
But sweet. Yeah. If you guys are listening, thanks for joining us. We're on YouTube every Sunday evening. Upload on Spotify every week. And yeah, thanks, man. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
See you next time.
Peace.